Hello Newcastle fans, TV preview part 1 of Aston Villa versus Newcastle, which is live on Sky on Saturday night. This preview is just about Aston Villa really, how they're getting on and how we're going to look at it, and also keep an eye out for the tactics video which is coming out after this video as well. So looking at the head-to-head with us and Villa, we're actually unbeaten in 10 games against Aston Villa, believe it or not, and I believe they've only scored once in the last 5 games against Newcastle. We've won the last 3 away games on the trot, so going away we're looking a lot more formidable going away from home now. And we've actually had 11 goal scorers so far in the Championship, which is by far the greatest number out of any team. So we've got goals amongst the team, you know. Looking at Aston Villa, struggling, aren't they? Struggling, 18th position, 8 points from 8 games, 3 points above relegation. They've only scored 8 goals, but bear in mind they do actually have a quite good defence. Actually, they've only conceded 8 goals conceded in the Championship as well. So Roberto Di Matteo coming in, I would have expected them to be a little bit higher than what they are. I do still feel that they'll make the playoffs at the end of the season. I still think that will come good as well. Looking at recent form, they haven't won any games in the last 6 games. They've drew 0-0 against Ipswich. They've drew 1-1 with Brentford, 2-2 with Forest. They got beat at Bristol City 3-1. They drew with Derby 0-0, and they drew with Huddersfield 1-1 as well. So they're not in the greatest forms either. I think this is the best chance to play Villa, I personally feel as well. Roberto Di Matteo has been talking about Newcastle. Here is what he said.
Well, it's a big game. It's a big game for both clubs. Newcastle have probably started a little bit better than us. They managed to win the other games. It's a team that really plays a lot, I would say, on the counter-attack as well. Seem to be quite a solid team, so I think we'll have to be patient to break them down and create our chances. I think they're defensively very strong, and then try with the offensive players that they have to hurt you. So I'm not sure what kind of game it's going to be, whether it's going to be a classic, but certainly it should should have the ingredients for a good game.
Of course, another big crowd's expected on Saturday, and there's a lot of similarities between the two clubs in terms of a lot of expectation, especially in home matches. But how vital could the home crowd be come Saturday evening?
Well, they could really make a big difference to us, you know. Playing at home in front of our fans is always very exciting, and I'm looking forward to the game on Saturday as well. It could really kickstart our season as well, you know. By winning on Saturday, we could really get back into the mix as well, and it would give us a real boost of confidence too.
Big crowd. So the reporter's asking about a big crowd. Are you sure? I'm sure the top tier on one of their stands is empty. Yeah, big crowd. We're talking 50-odd thousand. That's a big crowd, not 25. So a big crowd is expected, as they say. Newcastle will have a sellout as per usual as well. A quick predicted lineup. I am expecting Villa, because obviously with the carry on with Jack Grealish, he's likely not a start. I can't see him starting because obviously he's been on the bender again. He's like a mini Joey Barton, isn't he? So looking at the lineups, I think they'll go with Galini in goal. I think they'll go with Delat at right back. I think they'll go with Elphick and Chester at the centre backs. Sissoko left back. I think they'll bring Gardner in for Grealish. Jednak and Westwood in the middle. Ayew out left. McCormack, I presume he'll pass his fitness test. He'll start with Kodjia up front. Looking at their bench, they'll have Bunn, Mika Richards, who's lost his place in the Villa side. His career's kind of went downhill. Jordan Mavavi, if I said that right, because I can never pronounce his name. Bakuna, Grealish on the bench. Adoma, and I think Rudy Gestedt is one to watch out for coming off the bench, because I don't think he'll start. I know he's got a match fitness issue, but I think he'll come off the bench. So all in all, looking at that, then I do feel, looking at all the stats I've reeled off and what Di Matteo said, that this is there for the taking. Now there's bad blood again amongst the two fans, because obviously when we went down relegated a few years back in 2009, I think it was, Villa were obviously laughing at us when Damien Duff scored the own goal, and Newcastle fans have never forgiven them. And also when we drew 0-0 last season, Villa were already relegated. They still brought the banners out stopping the time. There's not a rivalry there. This is caused by Aston Villa. It's not by Newcastle. We just don't forgive them. That's all. It's not a rivalry. It's not like Sunderland, you know. Personally, for me, I think I'm going for a big scoreline, because I think There's only so much you can not score from Villa and keep a clean sheet, keep it tight. I think they will open the gates. I think they will score against us as well. I'm going to go for an optimistic 4-3 win in Newcastle. I've said it on one of the fan cams in midweek. I've got to put my neck on the line. Let me know what you think the scorelines will be in the predictions down below. Get your goal scorers in as well. Right, thanks for watching Newcastle Fans TV. See you later.